Okay, it says there's people on here, but there's nobody here. It's just me. Just me. Good old me. So we're going to get rid of that. And where am I? I'm over here. We're going to get rid of that. There, now there's no people. Okay, we're going to do that. That's perfect. There was a video. I'm not sure if I should upload it or explain it. I'm going to look for it right now and then show it to you on my camera. Right. It's right over here. Takes a little bit to start. Right. Where, no, not that. Right. And not that one. Just give me a second. Okay, it was here. Right. It was that. So what you got is you got this area over here. Right. You got that area over there. And when you take a look at this, right, you flip this upside down and you got the area over there. This one over here, okay, is over here. See the way the point goes down? So you flip these over each other and you end up with this. And just give me a second. I'm just going to put this camera around. I wasn't going to do this, but I just want to get it out of the way because I was thinking about it. Just want to see if my if this is working here. Just give me a second. I'll see if I can do it. Okay, I can do it. So just, this is what I'm doing. I'm going to just show it to you here because I don't, what don't I do properly? I do not classify things properly, so I can't find them. And imagine I'm doing this for 20 years. So what I want to get out of here is I'm going to use this over here, right? So I'm going to use that. And then I'm going to do this. See that black line? We're going to change it red. So I need to see whether or not you're seeing what I see. So I'm going to change it red. And look at the angle I'm using. I'm always using the 45-degree angle, right? If I'm going to measure a plywood or a piece of wood, how do I choose where I angle, right? How do I choose where I angle? What's the size of that piece of wood? What's the size of the lumber? So we have to understand a builder's code. Right, the builder's code, Jesus, Moses, they were all builders, right? Even though I don't like the 45-degree angle, it's concrete because between 45 and 45, right, and keep going 45, 45, and we go all the way around the clock at 45. Anytime we stop in between, right, see this one over here, between here and here, is that 22.5 right here, right? I went halfway from here, I went 45 degrees. This is 90 degrees, right? I start here and I go boom up to here. 45, 45, 45. So we know what we're doing. So now what happens if I come here? 22.5, 67.5. See, I still went down. Still went over. So between here and here in the center, right? So is that what this would be? 67.5, 5, 6, and 7, 6, 6, and 6. This angle, before I even begin anything, I just want to show you that this angle over here, that is what I call when you're working with 360 degrees and the number 4, right? The mirror world. You're talking about the area that's minus, minus. Here, it's plus, minus. Here, it's plus, plus. Right? And over here, it's minus, plus. And it's got to be made this way, right? Now, the thing is, the question is, if I was going to be running this with a pole, would my pole be down here? The separation between the left and the right. Which separation would I be using? One of them is an I separation 9. The other one is the separation for 8. And there could be a reason for that, right? There's a big difference between 9 and 8. One of the big reasons for 9 and 8, besides the 8th letter being the H and the 9th letter being the I, my question would be, do we use this center in this one to where we're not using the center here? The other thing is, here is 4. And in order for me to get 9, here's now 9. 9 and 4. There's a difference. In this one, this would be the cap. You know, you have a cap, a little tail on the top and between the hat that's joining everything. That would be that one there. This one here is going to have that. Now, is this the button that connects everything? Is this a hole in the hat? What's the difference between what's happening in the two? You see, each one of these ends over here, right? But this one is living on the cross. This one will be directly into what? Which one is 33? There's a story inside of both of these. If this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And I didn't finish that other design, then we would have a total of 10. If this one over here was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? We would have a total of 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 5, 6, 15, 7, 8, 9, 24. The total is 45. 1 and 9. 1 and 9. And there's much more stories. I like to call this one the 22. I call this one the 33. I call this one Earth. And I call this one Mars. Also, Mars is can be looked at V1. Earth can be looked at V2. Although the numeric value for the word Earth is 52, the numeric value for the word Mars is 51. So now Earth is the third planet. So if I did this instead, it would now show up as the third planet instead of showing up in Uranus. If I would show Mars as the fourth planet, it's now showing up in Saturn. Just to note that in the third planet or on the third cube, you only have 3 dots, in which 2 include Venus and 1 include Mercury. That when you go to the 4, now look at that, completely opposite is the 4. Just to note that Earth, as the third planet, will work as 120, to where Saturn, as the fourth planet, will work as 90. 1 and 2, 3, 9 is 0. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, will exchange this for a 5. This remains a 9 because the mathematics of 9 times 0 is 9. 9 plus 0 is still 9. So we take these two cubes together and we have 5 and 4, but we also have 3 and 2. 3 on the red, 2 on the 5. We also have that is what is 6 and 3. So you have to flip this one right over to the other side in order to get that, right? 5 and 6 are next to each other, but not the 3 and 4. They're completely opposite of each other. And we flip the 6 and 3 over, we're going to get 41. Home King Jesus. Home King Jesus, number 41. Why? Why Home King Jesus, number 41? '74 is in the center spot. We were working with 360 degrees. I still didn't finish what I started before, nor did I finish my, what's it called? I'm going to show you what's going on here. So the box is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But in the game that I have over there, different ways of creating the game of 36, right? The roulette wheel, different ways to connect for the reasons and the codes that they give us in the house of Mecca. Rubik's Cube. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The next row, 10, 11, 12, is included as the first dozen. And there's a reason why we work with dozens, and there's reasons why we work with sevens. In fact, there's a reason for every number because there's a story for every reason. So let me just look to Mr. Bulkmost over here. I'm going to get back to this. 17 and 33 First of all, the first separation of 33 is 17. 16 and 17 is 33. So they're neighbors. It becomes 7 and 8. It's also the G and the H letter. It's also a separation of the gateway. So is number 33. You want me to show you? You sure I can show you? What happens is you have 16 and 16, and then one in the center. That would be the 17th one. It'd be the heart for the left or the heart for the right. So 16, 1 and 6, 7. The one in the center, and then on the right, 7. 16, 1, and so you have 7, 1, 7. So that's your cue. That is your gateway in order to create your 33. That's your center. I always like to separate the one from everything. In fact, alpha, beta are the creators, father and mother. But you also, in Hebrew, it's Ima. So you're looking at alpha with A, but Ima with I. So now 1 and 9, and how 1 and 9 are so relevant to be on two sides of the spectrum. Because in the same house, without having more than who you are, 1 is 1 is 1 is 1, right? I can't go all the way to 9. This is 9. We remove one of these for movement. So you only have 8. You have 1 in between the 8. See, with Mars, see that area is right here, that voided star area. You see that? It creates a star. Earth creates bullhorns. Mars creates the star or creates those circles. Why? Why? When you put 3 circles together next to each other, creates a bullhorn, a triangle in between. It is what it is. If you want to look at what happens, do we create the bullhorn inside of this? I'm going to draw the design. Should I get back to right now? I have to stretch my leg for a minute. ABC 1, 2, 3. Why 26 letters in the alphabet? Or what's happening between the 25th and the 26th? Why 36? Why do we need prevalent images of 36? 26 in our alphabet and 10 in the numbers. Although they look like each other, they had to do 26 and 10. Not because of game, not because of queen, not because Mars inverts to what is 2 and 6, not because the piano doesn't have any black keys next to the 2 and 6, or that the most one of the ABC equals to 6, to what A and A creating what is B equaling to 2. It's not because 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1 and 2, 3. To our 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 4 and 4, 8. So look at the numbers you created, right? 2 to the power of 3, 8. 3 to the power of 2, 9. So all you need is ABC, and you created the bottom with the top. And also on your second equation of 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals to 1 and 2 equals to 3. The 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals to 2 and 3 equaling to 5. The extremity on the cube of 5 is 9. So the question is, if you're going to go to the opposite side of something, you would be going to the opposite side of a total of what adds up, like number 41, right? So if you want to go to 41, you're either going to go down to an area of 1, and the area of 1 is going to include, now according to where you can put your chips in roulette, imagine you're playing roulette, and you only can put your chips, you can't put your chips on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yes, you could, but then it's a 6-to-1 creation. When you put a chip there, you'll get back, I think, 5 chips. Is it 6 chips for 1 chip put down? Because there's 6 numbers, right? If you put down 6 chips and you get, no, it's got to be getting back 5, I think. That's your E-world create, your 5 and your 6 coming together. So then if you're going to get 8-to-1, you're going to take a block of 4. So that means you have to take the block of 4 either to the left or the block of 4 over to the right. So what's going on in roulette? And I know some people are just here, and I know you're probably here just because you want to figure out how to bust this world. But you know what? It's a long rule. You can bust it for a little bit, but if that's where the high in life is, then you're going to be chasing it for life, and there is no end, because one day you will win and one day you will lose. But when you get fairness happening. When you have fairness and you put fairness in your life, you can never be a loser. The thing is, right now we live in a world where the only thing that is fair is when you get on the bus. How much is the fare, sir? You know what? How much is the fare? You get on that bus. How much is the fare? Okay, so let me do that. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to count up to 41, right? So we get 9 here, then the next one is 18, 27, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41. Also works for the word king. You can also go 246 if you want. The opposite side of the dice of a singular multiplication, or 6 times the multiplication, or the void within the multiplication. 8 times, this is in this order over here. So I can use this dice over here to understand this area over here, telling me if the total in this area, right, is 74, then I can divide that here, 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 and here. So 4 times 18 plus 2. Where do I get this from? 74. 5. Now we're going to go to the next board. 14 is 19. Now we're going to go to the next board. 23 is 42, 52, 62, 72, 74. We use 4 boards. That's 36 numbers for 360 degrees. We put it into a 90 degree. It's only one part over here of 6 areas. And we end up with 74. When we do this in the 3 position over here, and then we go 12, 21 equals to 36, and 30 is 66. When I add up this top row over here, I'm going to equal 186. When I add up this row over here, it equals to 222. Just want to see something. It equals to 222. 222, 222, 222, 666. Only using 6. Let me see what this is written over here. Yeah, all very good, all very good. 74 is 2 times 37, the number of roulette. It's 37. It's always 37, but there's really 39 numbers if you're using the 00 roulette, right? Or 38 numbers, so the number 39 would be relevant. 37 minus 7. Yes, that's the center of your roulette. See, this is the center of your roulette. Okay, when you add up 16 and 21, it equals 37. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 equals to 111. So 37, 74. It's also 1/3 and 2/3. If we were working as 111 as my whole, we would split it up as 1/3 and 2/3. The roulette board is also split up between 1/3 and 2/3, and it's always paying out 2 to 1. So if you put down 1 wager, you get back 2, you have a total of 3. That would be number 32, and Ram is number 32. Pig is number 32. It is the BC world that is connected to both the ABC and the BCD. Sorry, ABCD. You have ABC, and then you have DCB. So these are used. So when you have the AD and BC world, it's an association that your A and your D are on other sides. They're not on the same side. So if my A is not on the other side and B starts at the beginning and is on the other side and is replicated in D, so therefore can it be used or not used in B? A and B. So now if I go back and use this against the alphabet A and B, I'm going to say it was before the time. So now I'm going to have to go up in the time of Genesis and the time of
creation and understand what they said about 1 and 2, we can look back in time about what they said about realities, Adam and Eve, Abel, or was it a bell I heard, a bell ringing, or it rang a bell? Abel. Adam's apple, or was it the Apple computer, like somebody once said? By using terminology of today, whether it's a truth or a lie, and go back to the beginning, we can see what they're saying today. Okay, even if it's a different, if it's not the same context, but they're using certain words that were used in that realm with Adam and Eve and the Torah and the Bible and Pharaoh and Ramses. I mean, we know what Ramses did. Apparently, they Dutched them. You know, you ditch them, you Dutch them, you Killington, right? Of the firstborn. But so did Ramses. Ramses did the same thing, and everybody accepted it. I'll take a Ramses. You walk into the pharmacy, you say, I'm here to get a Ramses. I don't want to have any kids. I don't want to have the firstborn. So you get a Ramses. But his father, Sethis, who set out the laws. And then, guess what? One of the Ramses broke, because Ramses, okay, also was part of what Moses, and it was Moses that broke out, and he was born, and they born the new era. And the word is also number 1 and 5. 1 and 5 is for Mars. $33, 5775, 33, 1212, 47. Just give me a second. Okay, so I'm going to put this one out here, right? So what happens is 5 and 7 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. 5 and 7 is 12, 1 and 2 is 3. What happens to that? We end up with the 5 in between, because 7 and 7 is 14, right? 14, 41. We have to know where that comes from, right? You want to get number 14, you're going to get 2 times 4 equals 8. So you have this equation. Now you want to get it the other way. You take your 2, 3, or your BC, and it equals to this, equaling to this one over here. Right? Now this one over here, before the Christ. The thing is, like I said, when you have A, B, C, D, okay, you have A, B, C, D, then you have A, B, C, then you have B, C, D, or 2, 3, 4 equaling to 9. You have A, B, C, D equaling to 10, and your crisscross calculator, and this equals to 6, and and so now you have this equation over here. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, A, B, C, D adds up to 10, where you have A, B, C, 660 seconds on the clock for the day 6 that we were born on, to the 864 million. We're 86,400 seconds in a day. 6 by 1440 minutes is 86.4. We were born on day 6, 86,000. We're 864 million odd miles from the sun, which half of that is 432, or BCD, in which half of our creation, or 18 times 18, equals to 324. Same numbers. It doesn't matter which way you do it. As long as you have those numbers in there, they're going to tell the same story. The blue, 34. Not because blue is 34, because blue is 40. The 34 is for C and D. So that would be Earth and Mars, and that would be blue. Otherwise, you go 4 and 3, and that would be hot. That would be the devil. But it doesn't matter. It's the other way around. It's lived. So your life, which the V now exchanges for the E, in which also in 5 and 5ths, they exchange the V for the F. In Spanish, they exchange the V for the B. Spoken by Tammy, she said, look about A and D. When you say 80 or 80, you're saying 80 from AD, you're saying 80. So I think I said that right at the beginning. Did I not? Right? Right here at the beginning. The age or the half-life, okay, was AD or AT or AT&T. So 80, right? ATT, 80 or 8, can it be 800? But in French, they say 4 times 20. Because once you go after C, like we've mentioned down over here, once you get after C, you go to D. 10 is 1 plus 0 is 1. We've started to count over again. So we took the coin from this side and we flipped it to this side. And then we counted again. A, B, C, and then we flipped it to the other side. So if I'm counting by fingers, are the chickens counting with their fingers? Who's counting with the 4 fingers? Remember, in order to have any grip, we need the thumbs. These are not doing anything, right? Nothing to hold it back. We're gripping with a thumb. So we have to understand the use of a thumb, etc. So where was I? So yes, so now where does number 33 come in? So we're going to use number 33. Should I go over here? Right. So 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 is 6 and 5. That's the other side of the coin for everything began. 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 is 2 and 3. But we can now say everything came from 1 and 1. Now 1 and 1 is 11, and it is the K letter. Imagine you say canine, the dog and the cat. It's raining cats and dogs. Oh, I remember my body, the ark, the rack. The house we live, that it's the pound key, where we have the 9 lives of the cat. The pound key, the pound is again is the dog and the cat. In the star system we live of 666. Here's our basic star. And we have to follow the alphabet until we get to 100. When we reach I, we reach Venus, we reach square. Inside of Saturn, okay, we have a gateway. Jesus, okay, energy and time falls over here, between here and here. 88 is the word window. 88 is the word Trump. 88 is Pegasus. 88 is purple. And with purple, you get the red and the blue coming together. The blue is for the boy because I go out, the little boy blue, and the boys' clothes, they're giving blue. I know it's stereotyping, but we have to do what we grew up with, the truth of what we grew up with, things that were never hidden, things that were natural, that gave a good flow, that the magical eye can see who created our eyes to see or not to see, or who created our eyes that when our eyes go bad, we actually see things we've never seen before that are more intriguing and interesting and truthful than anyone can ever imagine. Just like if you go on any psychedelic trip, you're going to see things that you would say, oh, they're not real. But once you design them, you can actually see the reality of the moving gears in the system. How does a watch work? Well, so what was 1551? 33 times 47 equals 1551. Whoa, I missed a whole lot of stuff here, eh? So 33, that is your rotation. 3 times 3. I've turned so many pages now, I don't think I'll be able to do all this. So we have, let me see if I have this written down here. Somewhere not. So yeah, here, 3 times 3, 3 plus 3, okay, is gonna give us 9 and 6, right? Now, and I've done this 100 times. I'm gonna put my 9 over here, and hello, Sir Quentin, how are you? And I'm gonna put my 6 over here, right? 9 and 6. Now, if you noticed, we only needed to create, we have 6 lines, so our hexagon begins right away. We want to look at the chicken foot or the duck foot. The other thing that was in this, I just had something I saw. When we want to lock this up, so yes, so 6, the numeric value for Earth, right, versus 8.
marriage and birth, is when we get to the 8, we lock it up. And when we get to the 8, we get to the queen. Queen, number 62. Not only that, the queen, every single one of the queen eyes, there are 8 queen eyes. When it comes to 6, we're then with the jack, number 25. It's only got 6 eyes. It's got the Mars eyes, 22, ape. Mars is not 22, it's 51. Why I say that, it took a 2x2 area space to create Mars. It's the 4th planet, so there we get the 4th planet, but the value here is 6. Perhaps we'll just do this. In Roman numerals, it shows me 1,000, 10 times 10 times 10, or how about 5 and 2? 5 times 2 equals 10 times 100, C. Roman numeral C is 100. M is the 13th letter. 1 and 3 is 4. C is the 3rd letter. D for the 4th planet is the 4th letter. L, sorry, it's the 12th letter. 1 and 2 is 3. And all of Roman numerals, if we're going to add them up, it equals to 1666. 1,500, 1,650. And then you're going to get X, V, 1, 16. And that's 1666, which, if I remember correctly, it's 5 divided by 3, equaling to 1666. 1666. We had this over here. We created this over here. At the same time, we can just finish off this piece of art. Create our stable star system. Did I get that right? No, I got that wrong. Something is okay. I think I got that. That line over here is not supposed to be there. That line over here. So we get this little system over here. Okay, it was over here, right? So now we get that. So now 2 towers come down and 1 tower gets built back up, right? There's 104 floors on that. And what this is it's communication. Where do we get this? In CB codes, Roger Rabbit. We took down the 2 antennas. We put up a singular antenna. The mathematics of 420 are extended into the next set. We've started over in the next set with ABC. Now I'm just going to show you here. I'm going to get back to everything. It's not me. It's the roulette that does it. Let me see if I can find one of the boards. Here's one of the straight boards. Okay, you see where those cubes are? Okay, this center over here. Okay, starting here, all here. It starts the next section, and there's a connection right over here. Here is 9. 9 goes right away over to 12 in the red section and comes out from 8 into 11 into this section over here. 8 into 11. So you have 10, 11, and then 12 in the red section over here. Here's the center where all these cubes are. It's marking spot 111, connected between number 14 and number 23. Number 14, AD, number 23, BC, connecting the in-between connections, also the 7th inning stretch. So when I was talking about ABC, 1, 2, 3, once we get to D, we go on to the other side. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, then I'm going to go 2, 3, 4. And don't forget, when we put these two together, They're poles of each other. These are poles of each other. I don't have a pole here. I have a corner. I'm working this off of Mecca, mini Mecca right over here. Here's a little bit bigger of a Mecca. Every single one of these dots represents a square. Right? So in this one, we're talking more about Mars, right? And this one, we're talking more about Earth. So maybe Mars gets its own houses, right? Mars will be 4 areas. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mars gets those areas. Earth gets the whole thing. So there are 4 Mars in 1 Earth. Why do I say that? Earth is number 52. I have 2 lines. Mars is number 51. It gets split in between a line. So when I split in between my lines, right, here's my line. Otherwise, Earth is not like that. Earth is 2 lines. So if I create this little image over here, I'll have 1 single line that goes through. See, I have to do it on this angle because if I did it this way, okay, I can get a line here, right? Right there. Here, the only thing that would happen is I would be doing this. Through Builder's code, I have to stop on corners and draw on lines. That's the only way I can do this. This is when 5 and 2 come together. Another thing I wanted to mention is that if I'm creating 9s, 1 and 8, 9, 2 and 7, 9, 4 and 5, 9, 3 and 6, 9. Look at that, X creating 11. Here I'm creating 11. 2 and 9, 11, 3 and 8, 11, 5 and 6, 11, 4 and 7, 11. Here I'm creating 9. So my 9, 11 is bringing the 2 worlds together, that in one world I do not use position 9, that in the other world I do not use position 2. Is there a possibility I can drag these 2 and overlap them together and create my systems? I don't know. I don't know. So we had the 104. We cannot do 60 like we do 80. The French tell us to say it this way. We end up with 104, the new tower that went up, right? Or 32, 44. 44 plus 6. Is apple 50? When you split it in half, you split it at the seeds. But the seeds is an empty space with seeds. You don't actually get to split the seeds, right? But in other fruits, when you split it, there's a big seed in the center. You're going to cut right through that seed. Big. When you say big, look at that. That's red. Red is 27. 2 times 7. No, 2 and 7 is 9. 9. 7, 7. 2, 2, big. You want to do win? 2 times 7 is 14. You get the N letter. 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 and 14 is 23. You have win big red sun. This is 555. It happens to be 5, 7, 3 are the numbers. And I just did a piece last night that fits with that. Just give me a second here. I hope I didn't rip it out. Yes, right over here. 3, 5, and 7, the Magnum PI, where everything has been divided. Remember, creation began, right? Creation with a C. The creation began at C. First it was A, then it was B, and then it was C. It was creation. So the creation began at C. So if they're running by if they're running by the swamp laws, because it began at C. The spirit, 19. We have to remember that 19, 2 different worlds, 1 and 9, brought together through 13, 19 and 13. Don't forget that bar mitzvah. There's a reason. This will create this. So what happens over here is the cube has 6 sides. And I want to create 1 times 6, 2 times 3, 6, 3 times 2, 6, create itself. I end up with this. Why didn't I do anything else? Why didn't I do, because there is nothing else. These are all the numbers that work out. So when I add up each row, I get 21, 14, and 7. 21, 35, 42. And that's the dividing gate. 24 is your dividing gate. The numbers that'll divide the gate through the cat, the 9 lives of the cat. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, 8 and 6. Your first 8 and 6. Here's your first 6. And here's your first 8. Here is your 33. So when you have 33, you have 44. So your 4 times 4, 4 plus 4 equals 16 and 8 equals to 24 is what's going to divide the gate. What's going to create 4? What will create 4? And that gate is going to be the 8 monkey gate. 1 and 6. There are 8 missing. 8 missing. 3 missing. 8 and 3 is 8 and 3 is for monkey. It is for gold. It is for a club. It's also created for the same way the cube is set up between the ring and the pole. Abba. Abba. 5775. 5775 times 13 moons equals to 75075. 7 and 5 is 12. 7 and 5 is 12. 1 and 2. 2 and 1. 5775. This is G-E-O-G-E. How about we just look at George, right? George Washington, 57, 1, 2, 3. When it all came together. So this over here, we have an Abba. This, what else is this? I don't want to get to that. I wanted to finish over here. So we have this word 357, and they usually say it's the magnum. Numbers and games. Numbers and games. We split the C. Did we turn it into an E? I don't know. What is pirate? What is the pirate something? The pirate has one eye. The one eye is the diamond king. The diamond king, there are 3 kings with 2 eyes and 1 king with 1 eye. So that's the way I determined that. Right. But I said I'm going to get back and talk about 33 and Jesus, Muhammad. I'm going to put that together and show you where it comes from. But I'm going to first go to the comments. I'm going to stretch my leg for 2 minutes. If you have something to ask me, tell me, show me. We're learning together, for freedom is our knowledge, to know that the Lord is here, has always been here. Who is this Lord? Who is this Lord? Where do we find this God? God is a word made up to say what it does because of Alpha, Omega. Gates, Omega, divide. Sometimes they say, oh, Gad in New York. Gates, Alpha, divide. Gates, Omega, divide. Within the passage of O is 1. Your Q is the river between the valley, or the valley and the river under the sun. I'm going to warm up some water. Just give me some minute. I want to warm up some water. I need to go and get some water. I don't know if my water's any better, but just give me 1 sec. I just need to take just like a 1 minute break here, you know. Oh my, oh. Okay, let's see where we are. I know I missed a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, and there's everything is still missing, you know.
I mean, in order to understand and learn words and color commentary, and there's this gentleman named, he passed away at 69, David Wynn Miller, and now there's others speaking about him. And he talked about how our definitions for our words are not accurate, and within it there's other words, our syllables, our letters, our shapes, our dots and our dashes, our angles. So until we break back things, until we needed to build with some sort of perfection that was made up. So we have to see if all the things that are really true, that are really highly acceptable and possibly still deceptive, even if the numbers calculate to 8 and 8 is 16, right? 8 is an excellent number. 8 times 8 is 16. 8 plus 8 is 64. 64 and 16 is 80. So 88 goes back to 8. It's a perfect number. So love and 8. There's not too many words that reverse. How many words do you know that reverse? L and O reverse. Okay. And what other word can I create that reverses in its own? Let me just see something. We have L, we have O, we have R, we have I. Oh my God. Lior repeats itself. I just let me think of something. B and Y. BLOY. Because the reverse alphabet with love is love. And 88 is 8. 88 is 8. 77 is 9. It becomes 49 and 40. Yes. 66 is 3. Just give me a second. 55 is 8. Right. Right. Oh my God. Right. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. Okay. I'm gonna get to, you know what? Maybe I'm gonna remember that. I'm gonna get to the question. You can see I'm all over the place. There's so much to do. Oh my God. Am I behind here? Hold on a second. Sorry, Mr. Messer, which is Keys to Wisdom, just to let everybody know. Okay. The only begotten, begotten, go 10. B is 5 and 2. Now, what's incredible about this is that the French exchanged the I for the E and the G for the J to where J and G, like during that war, the J's and versus the G's, is they exchange each other in sound, but not by number. And it's the same numeric number for Earth. Month, woman, cycles, month. The W versus the M. 28. The word man, somehow it seems like the blue and the man came from somewhere else and it went through our moon. So in order, if it's the woman's cycle, it's because it's running by the cycle of the fish. They have to follow the fish, the energy from the male. So they run that cycle following the male energy. Is that possible? That's one of my questions. You know what? I wish I can read my comments faster so that. John 47 will recreate angel 4774 is 3030 away from the seventh gate, or 3300 or 0033. So that works together. Okay, I'm trying to understand that. I'm going to read that back to you. Okay. No matter how they track it, the moral of the days being cut short is the same lunar and our solar. I'm not really sure where you're going with that. I can't, I can fill in blanks, but it's more the precision. But what I'm going to take out of this is just like eating dinner or breakfast. There's always leftovers, right? and that's lost somehow. But also, we're dividing up our days between the breakfast and the supper, between the moon and because you usually, the terminology for our life of 16 hours is getting up and going out to the farm and farming the land. A lot of things that we do in our life and the way we calculate things have to be done. The same thing as when we log our book, when we're driving truck or we're logging work, where we were each time of the day, and everything is glumped together. So the daytime is from the moment you get up to the moment you go to sleep. So now, is it the last thing you do is that you eat, or is it you get into the night? You don't eat and go to bed because you're still in the day. You're eating at sundown, right? The supper. So now every solar year is 366 days. So if that's true, actually it is true. It is true. Day 1 ended, day 2 ended, day 365 ended. And well, really, I think I'm going to look at that as really the day starts like now. It starts at 12 o'clock and it ends tomorrow at 12 o'clock. So you're starting in between days. Can we look at it that way? Through which month? (126) connects to the moon. It's also 86, which is a gateway. There's also 34 seconds left in time, which is now 34 left over. With 26, it's 7 and 8. It's producing another gateway, but now it's telling me about number 12. Also, 2 through 6 is telling me the other side is 5 through 1, also a reverse cube. That the passageway between the two is between 3 and 4, and it's 3.5, making up that 7, although it's 3 from the left to the right, 3 from the right to the left, and the 1 in the center hitting that 7. The day of rest, I believe, was the day when all the little gods of the world of who we are, right, that make the choices. God's not making any choices for us. God laid out the blueprints and all the information and the games, and we went ahead and we played. We lived life. Is life for living? What is life? Is life for living? Life is for farming, enjoying. Life is not to go out, get a job, and just work, work, work. Life is for enjoying. And there's work to be done in order to secure the freedoms of everybody and the rights of everybody, and freedom of choice, to not have the survey of who thinks what is better, when it's better for all and all for one. (127), that's 87. That's right at the gateway with 33. That is your gateway in rotation of the sun. That is the S. That can be the house of Bate. Again, 1 is on the left-hand side. It's the 13th hour. 1 is the 13th hour. 33 minutes remain. Also, 83 remains. So you're in the half-life. And the reason for that is if I base 27 on 100, or what, maybe I should go, sorry, I'm going to go to 87 minutes, to where the other one was 86 minutes. This is at 87 minutes. 23 left over for 100. 87 minutes. So now how many minutes should be in our, was it 1 minute is 3 minutes? We get the average, because in hockey, it's a 2-minute penalty, 120 seconds. Just trying to jog the mind. So is it, if the heavens had an ability to fall to earth, is it because they put the heavens into the water where the sharks are, right? We came down to this planet, which is a freedom planet, right? We're not back up where we were. We're down here. And this is for all the sharks. All the worlds come here to play. They all come here to play. And they kept putting up the stakes in the world. Stakes to the cross, vampire, silver stake, silver equaling the second from gold. They put us here to play. And why did it take to this period in time before we made that discovery all about creation? Why is it coming now? The game is rigged. We all know that rigs are riggés, are old ships in the ocean that have been washed ashore. We all know that we're coming from, we're the sky people. So now it's law of the land, to where once we were in the sky, we are no longer. I'd have to read on that because that's very interesting. I was just sort of writing something like the other day on that. I have this piece here. Luna or cancel. Yeah, so anyways, yes, hydrium and helium, very good, okay. So, Mr. Joker, what do you think? I'm getting nowhere, or I'm somewhere, or you just don't understand, or you're just making fun. But irregardless, you think this way. I can't change your mind, right? Can't change your mind, right? You don't want to see the truth? Don't look. Unless you see the truth. Well, what's the question? Truth is 1 and 1 equals to 2 on this calculator. 2 and 5 equals to 7. 2 times 9 is 18. That's the truth. That's all I'm working with. A, B, C, piecing things together. It's a kid's game. If you can't get down to the 5-year level of age, then when you do get young enough, maybe, because this is for the children of the creator, no? Okay, we're going to read this one down here. Thank you, Joker, for coming back. It's mighty fine of you. And you came back at 11:53. Hola. You're in the house of bait. When you can reach 11, you're in the house of bait, right? I mean, you can tell me 365, and I'll go 14:5. Okay, you're in the E world. You're under the cross of Jesus. Now, why Jesus? I think we're far enough into this video at 1 hour. I'm going to show you the numbers. Jesus, energy, cross, Muhammad, tack pans, all equal number 74. How do we get to 74? Is it 2 times 30? Is it 1 times 74? Is it 2 times 37? What does 74 do? 74 will create the number for the cycle of the moon. 7 times 4, 28. 7 and 4 creates 11. Isn't it ironic that the 11th letter is a K and the value for 11 is 63? 6 and 3 is 9. It says canine. That's a dog. And there's an expression for the 9 lives of the cat. Cat in the hat. Hat's on my head. What hat do you wear today? So, which other place? Should I just take you right just down there and do this real simple? So what we need to understand is there's 360. In order to have 360, I have 36 numbers, 10 value each box. A whole is actually 100. Because if you want 100% of something, you want the whole. If you want 90%. So really a whole is 100% of something. I'm working with 10. So I'm working the X factor. Right? So 1, 4, 1, sorry, not that box, B, A, B. 1 and 10 is 11, and 19 is 30, and 20 is 58. I used 4. Remember, also using 4, right? We're trying to understand in this one, if I'm from Scotland, I'm Scottish. I have to understand how I changed my letters. See, Tish, right? Tishrei. Land, DNA.
We have to understand that we make an exchange. A, B, C. The minute we get the D added on, we come and we flip over. A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D. B, it's not only me, it's also in the game of roulette, right? I'm going to see if I got the game of roulette here at all. I'm going to have to, I don't know why I don't have it. Let me see. Hold on. La, la, la. Roulette. Roulette. Check it out. See if I can get this a little bit bigger. Hold on a second. I have to get my camera. I lost my, lost my video. Hold on a second. Okay. Check it out. 1 is red. 1 plus 0 is 1 is black. 1 and 9 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1 is red. 2 and 8 is 10. So when you see it, even numbers and odd numbers, only 1 does that, because you can go anywhere down here. 5 is in red, 1 and 4, 5 is in red, 2 and 3. See over here, we create the hexagon, which is Earth and Mars coming together. Mars being the points, Earth being Mars being the points, Earth being the flat parts. And that also shows up in one of my pieces of art. I'm just trying to see which piece of art it shows up with. I'm just trying to remember what it was. Just 1 second. Let me see. Just hold on. So we had roulette over here. Do you ever see this one here? Right. That's also another piece from roulette. See the turtle that shows up in there? We have this. See, Earth ends up in there. I mean, Mars ends up there and Earth ends up on this side, here and here. You see that separation? Not telling you very much, right? There's early access. Okay, I think it's here. I think we can use it here. Okay, I'm going to use this one. Okay. So what happens here? Hold on a second. Okay, so what happens here is I got to copy. Okay, I'm going to put this here and paste. So I'm pasting this here. I'm going to have to resize this to 50% because I cannot see. Okay, so I have this one here, right? So what I want to show you is that if you're dividing up Earth, you're going to do, hold on a second. You're going to do this over here. Sorry, hold on. You're going to do this. I need to have this one and this one come together for Earth. Mars divides this way. Earth has this whole piece in between. I need 2 for Earth. It divides on a whole. It's a whole cell. How can I say this? It's a whole cell. Wholesale. That Earth numerology for Earth, like I said, do I have it here? Earth. Where's number Earth? Earth goes over here. Earth is number 52. Mars is 51. 6 and 7. 7, the king, has 7 eyes. Mars only has 6 eyes. Now they're showing me maybe the one-eyed king and all the 2-eyed cards. I don't know. We can look at it that way. There was something else involved in this. We can have L1, right? And L11. Can that be the dams up in Quebec? They call them L1 and L2, right? Something we spoke about earlier before I get back is number 88, right? Where it was window. But the thing is, with window, when you have the cube, right, and you have 4 sides, A, B, C, D, you have 1, 2, 3, 4 sides. right? A, B, C, D, and that's 10. So now we have window 98. And that we're going to call the ring. We're going to call it the ring side, right? We want to look at the pull side. That'd be the top and the bottom. They're separated as 1 and 1, right? So if they're separated as 1 and 1, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2 more sides, 5 and 6, 11. So window 10, window 11, 98, 99, window 10, Windows 11. Possibly one of the reasons they came back. So we're going to go ahead and go all the way back to the beginning here. Oh, yeah, I wanted to talk about number 88, right? So what happens? Not only 88. I'm going to come back to the Jesus thing. You know what? I'm going to do number 88 after. I'm going to finish off with. I'm going to do 88 after. I'm going to talk about the number 33. So number 33, right? We did this whole thing. We understand how we got there. Look, in Jupiter is my 7th gate divided because it's in this position. The H for the heavens, the 8th cube, 72. 69 is in Saturn. 67, the soul, is in Mars. There's another numeric value for 7 and 8 over here. Here's 5, here's 7. Here's 4, here's 8. That's my Pluto coming together. 4 and 8 is Pluto, 5 and 7 is in the moon. Seems like at number 69 is dividing everything up over here. Seems right. Number 69 should be dividing everything up. So we're going to go to that, and we're going to use these numbers to fill in our star system. And our star system is here. We create a star. Let me see if I can get this right. Star. Star. Difference between this star and that star is this is going across, this is going up. We can call this one what? The Z. Or we can call this one I. We can put a bar. Our bar connects 1 and 3, 7 and 9. Our gateway and our birth to the spirit in creation. Then we can have this one over here. So the difference between these three is, look, I got the straight line, I got the straight line, but here I got the whole cross and one angle. And then this one over here, I'm trying to see which one I have over here. Here I have all 4 of them together. So now I'm missing one for over here. I'm not very happy about that. Let me see if I have it on the last page. Oh, it's over here. Did I get that one? Here it's the cross on the right angle. Here it's the cross on the right angle. So I don't have that other one on this page. Do I have it on the next page? No, so I'm going to add it in here. I'm not very happy that I don't have it. So let me add that in. And the one I don't have is this one here. And since I'm missing that one there, right, we're going to end up, I'm going to have to fit this in 58, 62, 74, 70, 78, 90. We still haven't spoke about number 12 yet, right? Or number 13. Well, number 13 and number 1, right? They're the same. If I have to go 12 years starting here forward, I come back to this number over here. So it becomes 1, 13, 25, 37, 50, 60, hold on, 25, 37, 49, 61, 73, 85, 97. So we're just going to leave it at that for now, right? Yeah, 8 by 12 equals to 96 plus 1, right? Where we started from. We always have to remember where we started from. So we have this over here, and in that, okay, this one is 86. We end up with that over here. So that's that star. So now the next piece we're going to do on this, and this is no magic trick. Anybody can do it. 5 plus 8 is 13. Just use the right equation. 6 and 2 is 8. 7, 74 is 11. 7 and 8, 15. 8 and 6, 14. 9. So when I count this row over here, it equals to 33. When I count this row over here, 8, 11, and 14, it equals to 33. When I count this row over here, it equals to 33. So they all equal to 33. So the total here is 99. The word 13 is 99. Sky, pass, area, space. Skies, pass, area, space, 99. Jupiter. Jupiter, pi, a division of the earth. Just like sister. In sister, it says Mars, Earth. So we're looking at this over here. And at the same time, the center value number over here, where this is 74. And that's for energy. It's also for Muhammad. I think it's like that. I don't remember which way spells it for 74. And then there's this for I am, May, Gaia. So that's how these numbers. Now the thing is, when you do this complete star, when you start adding up the stars, right? This one over here is 21, and this one is 23. So your total for this star, okay, is going to be 20, 50, 70, 7 is the total for the star. Now, 77 is power. 77 is matter. 77 power, energy, matter, and cross. The reverse of this, or the continuation, is 47, which is walk, time, bull. How do you tell a story using the individual truth of a singular letter or a singular word? So now let's go into Genesis here. So 111 in time is 71 minutes, 17 or 71, connecting to Mars again. The rise, prison, you prison, pirate, the sun, the worst sun. Pire in French means to be the worst. Hydrogen on Earth, hydro, energy, dragon, because letters can be changed in certain languages. I like to use a little English, Spanish. I'll use anything I can understand that tells me something else from another language. It doesn't matter as long as I can hear the word. Oxygen starts with 66, 667. In fact, oxygen is 66755. That is cuckoo, right? Let me mark this down. That is cuckoo. Let me mark that down.
Let me see a little bit of light. Let me mark this down. Wow. So I don't want to take away from where I was, and I don't want to forget about my 88. So
We have oxygen. So we have 15, 24, 27, 7, 5, 5, 17 for Jen. So we have 6, 6. That's a mistake. This is the 25th letter. That's 7, 7th letter, 5, 5. So oxygen is 667755. If I flip this around, it would be 2, 2, 5, 22522. There's a division, 2/3 and 1/3 between day and night. This is silver matrix. This is an evaluation towards number 2. The reason I'm saying this is because this one over here, right? When I use star system math, okay, it gives me this 8 over here. When I use basic just addition, it shows me 4 houses, which will give me 454. It's talking about the sun. I know the sun is divided between the AC and DC, right? And you can also divide like that. It's also a D on top. At the same time, 1, 3, and 5, which creates ACE, also creates the word sun. Now, why do I say it divides it? Because if the house is the alphabet, right? Like if God was the numbers and the house was the alphabet, so what would happen is in the game of pool, right? In the alphabet, in the game of pool, both the 13 and the 5 are both orange. It's the house of Pluto. It's the pylons. You know, when you see the pylons in the Mayan Sanskrit or in the Mayan artwork or pylons anywhere, even near Mecca, that's representing the orange pylons for the caution. So this would be the orange ball in pool, ball equaling to 27, 27 outs, baseball, right? You have 27 outs and you have 9 innings in the game. You have 27 and 27. It's the sun game, day in the sun. But the whole thing is when the home team is winning in the 9th, right? They don't need to play the end of the game. So the game ends with 51 outs. 54 outs tells you that the road team won in baseball. They won the sun because once the home team plays the 9th inning and they go to all their outs, the game ends. They're either in the lead or they play to all their outs, or if they win in the 9th inning, it's 53. And that'll go possibly to the queen. She has all her 8 eyes. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do with that. Right? So that would be your baseball. So again, when the sun divides the alphabet, the 26 letters of the alphabet, right, become M and N, and 13.5 is your division in that alphabet between M and N, right? Between LM, the alphabet, and NO, the alphabet. The other letters are AB and YZ, equaling to 51, equaling to 3, equaling to 25, equaling to 29. So we have to understand that our birth in the IT system, we mix this up, it's 54 and 54 all the same, these two. This is where it gets divided. It's just ironic. And at the same time, when we leave this to a straight calculation, it becomes 3, 7, 2. This calculation becomes 372. I did this for the artwork I might do after, just taking a better look. So this says what it says, 66.
okay, let me get on and see where I am. I'm going to go pick up my hot water. Give me 2 minutes.
Oh, God. You had to hear that crack. I'm going to warm up that water again. I ain't got money to pay the rent, and out the door I went. Dun, 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 dun. Had no money to pay the rent. Look, I'm not lazy. I'm sleeping. I'm collecting information. I'm collecting information. Are you collecting information? Hey, cutie pie. There it is.
It's all inside your head.
Let me see where we're at. Okay, let me go over here. Genesis 1 really is an atomic science text. Just the word Genesis is talking about the moon, and it's talking about Mars. It's talking about the GE, like Gesera Nasera, the beginning of GE, Gesera Nasera. Gesera, G&E is 7 and 5, 5775. And what's ironic
About that, right? We spoke about this 1,000 times, right? Which is GE. What this is also what is, you can use it 2002. I think that was Walt Disney's birthday or Mickey Mouse's birthday. This is 5 and 7, but it is the 20th letter, T, and it is the let me do this backwards. It's the T minus counting, right? The 20th letter and the V, the 22nd letter, equaling to 42. TV, 2022, 2 and 4. So when you take this together in what you're talking in Genesis, what you get is GTV. You know, they had CTV. Well, C and G come together in creation. One C doesn't do anything. You need two C's plus the one to connect. You take C, and then you connect them to create the heavens of I. I stand up above and below. So this is 5G TV 5775, giving you 75,075 moons, giving you what is 12 and 35 equaling to 47,047, 1111. The reason for this is 7 times 5, 35. 7 plus 5, 12. 8 and 3 shows up. 8 and 3, monkey. Where does 8 and 3 also show up? 8 and 3 shows up with 11. Yes. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 2 and 1 equals to 3. 2 and 2. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 8. This is your AB base creation. And that's your 8 and 3. Now, you want to see your 8 and 3 here? You have 1 cube in the center with 8 around it. You have 3 and 3 cubes on the outside with 3 in the center. Your 6 reverse 1 in this cube. So if you're 6 reverse 1 in the cube, 1 and 6 dots, the 3 and 8 void. Or how about if we had the 2? We have the 2 and 5, and to see that we're not cheating, the 2 and the 5, the 2 and the 5, dot. So if we had the 2, and I used it for the 2 corners, I just had 2 of them, I got 7 in between. And if I use the 5, right, if I use 5 areas, right? We have 4. Void. Now, what happens if I only use 3 areas? 3 areas, I have 3 and 3 void, so that would be 6. So now I'm going to go 3 and 4 dot is 6. And now we use the 4 corners. And I got 5 in between. Void. So if we look down this list, 6 and 1, 7. 3 and 8, 11. 2 and 5, 7. 7 and 4, 11. 3 and 4, 7. 6 and 5, 11. We have 11, 11, 11 voided dots. That's a total of 33 voided dots and voided areas and 21 dots equaling to 54. The numeric value for love and the sun equals 54. The reverse alphabet of the word love, is the word love or evolve. And sun divides everything. We have 3 and 6. That is our base creation. Creation on day 6. Alpha, beta, 1 and 2 started before. The pole was already here. We have 2 areas. If we have 2 areas, one whole area of 11 of 2 sides, we're going to take 11. We have this side 11 and this side 11, and that's our 22. And that's the ring and then the pole, putting it on our ninth finger or our 4th finger for marriage, and the 9th finger at the same time for the birth. So where were we? Yes, we're going to have to go on with more of the questions over here, more of the statements. I'm going to have to look up what's in a neutron. And remember, we're working with tron, okay? Not transition. It's not a transition. I'm going to have to take a deeper look into that. Forget about new, which can also be NEW, new, and there's a reason for mentioning that. New also starts with 55, which is freedom pass. We were on to gene that I was talking about before. So the thing is that the N, okay, is the 14th letter. I don't want to say northeast. And the G is the 7th letter. Again, UGN, gun, 3, 5, and 7. Very important, those 3, right? So N is the 14th letter. 1 and 4 equals to 5. G is the 7th letter. The 2 of them together, right, are for the moon and the sun. This one will extend into the sun. The next equation goes DNA and then sun. This one goes moon. And it also says, I'm just trying to remember, 7 is 7. I'm just trying to remember. 7 goes with 16, the half-life. It goes with 25, Earth. It goes with Y, the division of Earth. I've always used N and G as the 5. I was working for the sun, and then this one I was always working for the moon. It comes into, I'm just trying to think what the next one is, 9. The 9 is the I, which can actually be reverted to the R. Brings in the sun brings in the angels. Number 18, the 18th letter is R. 1 and 8 equals to 9. They reverse each other. I and R reverse each other. They're in the same house. It's the only house that only has 2. There's only 2 letters in the 9th house. When the letters get moved, the N enters into the 9th house. The I enters to the house where N is living. And why that happens is because I shift the alphabet. Let me see if I did this right. I go for an alphabet shift A1, Z26 to where it's A6 and Z31. So everything moved forward 5. So then the N would now be in the S position from northeast to north-south. No, this would now go into this, and this is the 19th position. It is 1 over, when you start from off the board, right? You start from off the board, you go 19, and then you go countdown 18, 17, 16, 15. Well, we have the first 18 numbers. We have the first 18 numbers. Starting at 19, we're entering this way. Starting at 18, we're entering this way. But I'm looking at, we're going to do it like this. They always say T minus counting. Well, that's your T. And your minus counting ends up to be down here. So it's hard to explain this, that you have to start with something before you enter. You have to take your one spirit, get into the house, and now you can have your creation. Right, the beginning of your creation. You can't start your magic if you don't have the magic wand or the instrument to create it with. I'm not sure if that goes together, but anyways, 12 equals 5, 13 equals 7, 14 equals 9. The 14th letter goes on to the other side of the alphabet. This is on the prime of the alphabet. 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 is 3 and 4 equals to 7. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 is 4 and 5 equal to 9. And 1 times 2, 1 plus 2 equals 2 and 3 equals to 5. And what is their common, this is their common connection. The 3 to the 3, the 4 to the 4, the 4 to the 4, the 3 to the 3. And they give you, I think, a payout of 8 or 9 or 10 to 1 when you play the roulette game. And this is what they're doing. And by the way, this one and this one, right, are actually polars to each other. So you'll never get both of them at the same time. And the in-between to both of them is that magical 7. A magical 7 to the 7th gate in the game of craps. So 7 is dividing between 5 and 9, and we're living the 6 and 8. And it's just ironic that, I don't know if I did this before. I'm going to have to go ahead before I start talking about something else. I'm going to I want to get to those questions. Just want to see something over here. God Sunday. The alphabet, these two letters are the same, just on different angles. 2 times 6 equals 12. 2 plus 6, 8, 20. 1 times 4, 1 plus 4 equals 5, and 4 equals to 9. Trying to figure out why I did that. 86 will equal to this. Dividing house equals to this. 2 and 6 equals to 8. 4 times 4, 4 plus 4, 1/3 and 2/3. The 1/3 and the 2/3 of that over here. Okay, this is what I wanted to talk about. Is that number 1 equals 3 and 4, 7. The opposite of 1 is 6. Number 6 equals 5 and 2, 7. 5 and 2 and 3 and 4 equals 86, the divided house of the half-life of 1 and 6. And that's monkey. The voided area, remember, is monkey. Number 8, void. And number 3, void. Number 3 is 56 and 49. 56 and 49 is 105, the hand of God. Where do I have the 8? 49 and 56. At the same time, it becomes 16 again. It becomes 96. 9 and 6 is 15. 1 and 5 is 6. 5 and 4 is 9. 96, it's rotation. 8 and 3, monkey, is rotation. I have a phone call. We're going to take a 5-minute break. Just give me a minute. What's up? Just doing a video. No, I walked in the room. I'll take a 2-minute break. I told him. Otherwise, I wouldn't have answered the phone. Yeah, about
Right. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Who said that? Who said that? Why? Because he fired Jordan? Can I tell you something? I already saw this happening. Yeah, so I'll tell you one thing, and like Steve always says to me, mind your own business. The most important thing is to get everything done perfect, like a song and a dance, like you're making a movie. Your work is your movie. You know, you're supposed to smile, like work like you're stoned. Right? I can fix her. Right, she's doing what I fucking taught her. Yeah, well, you know what? I didn't speak to her once, but we were supposed to maybe go for lunch tomorrow, but you know the way it works, that lunch tomorrow is in 6 months. But anyways, no, I'm gonna see if I can sort of speak to her. So anyways, yeah. Yeah, yeah, just make like you don't know what's happening. I mean, I think that's the way to do it, not like me. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna call you back after. Okay, bye. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, sorry about that. My water is boiled. I'm coming back in like 30 seconds. I'm rushing through this. I'm boiling water. I love my coffee. I don't know if I drink too much. I think we should have a school for this. I really do. Hold on a second. I'm just making my coffee really, really quick. You know, every time I do these videos, I'm always learning something myself. I learn every single day. I do a lot of repeating because there's a lot of intricate stuff that I feel is pertinent. And I'm not the last word. Hold on a second. I'm not the last word. I'm still learning. I just started to learn. So let me get into this. So, and you know what's crazy is I have 3 people I know or 4 people that are into all kinds of like we're the transmission, the differential, the clutch, the motor, the gigabytes, GB, another number 2 and 6, the memory, the way our computers are built. Everything is how can I say this? It's all chopped up. It's already been given to us. The Lord didn't go away. We abandoned that relationship. The relationship, we thought it was easier to pray than to do our own studies and try to understand and question. Yes, you have to question everything. Why was this written? What is the skeleton of the Bible? I mean, and what is Bible? Is the Quran noted to be a Bible? Am I saying the wrong word because I said a word at all? Does God, our Father, want us to go out and learn something new? Go out and learn something new. New shine. Shine in this world. Why are you seeing that so different? You read a book and they says, you're not supposed to read the Bible this way. You said, go out and learn something new. I'm going out. Now I'm living in parameters. I'm all of a sudden in parameters. I'm in jail. I've got 26 cubes surrounding me. I am the 27th cube in the house of bait. Number 27, 3 times 3 times 3. You do it again times 3, that's 81. You're now in Venus. You've now mirrored. It took 3 to create 1. It's almost like a crown, right? What if I took out these 4? Would I have a crown over here? I'd have 22 taking out these 4, and it'd be sitting on the podium. How would we balance this? So if I took out four cubes, right? I took out this one, this one, this one. That's 3, 4, 5, 6.
take out these 6, take out these 6, take out these 6. So I'd be taking out, so if I took out 6, I'd have 20 left over, T minus counting. So I'm just trying to see all the terminologies we can use, right? And there's only 48 if you take out the pole. If you take out the main pole, you're left with 48. Don't forget, every one of these has 6 sides. There's 26 of 6 sides, 156, or 13 times 12. The bar mitzvah times the bat mitzvah. The 13 moons in the 12 months. Okay, I was marking that down, right? But I'm going to just, before I continue on reading, doing that, I've been writing those things down. I want to just bring out 2, 5, and 8. Because living on the cross, right? Like I was speaking earlier, I'm going to get back and finish with this for those who might have not seen, or for those who did see. That living on the cross here and here. 58, no. 13, 11, and 9, 33. 12, 11, and 10, 33. 7, 11, and 15, 33. 8, 11, and 14, 33. 10, 14, and 9, 33. 7, 11, and 15, 33. 13, 8, and 12, 33. 3, 4, 8, 3. 4, 8, 3. 7, 11, 15. 10, 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1, 5, 9. Do you know what that does? That's like playing Sudoku. But it's also the 4th house, the house of Dalit. We have to understand how our numbers work. If we're looking at 10, are we looking at 4 and 6, 8 and 2, 1 and 9, 3 and 7? That's 40 plus 20, because we skipped over the 5 4 times. 20 for the 5, the quarter house, the E-world quarter house.
So we're going to look at that. Let's see if I can put it on the other side and find a space for that, right? We're going to do that one over there. Maybe I can fill it in over here. 1 and 3 is 4, 8, and 12. So we're going to go like this. We want to get it like that. Hold on. How can I do that? So now you can see me writing. 13 is 4. I want to put it inside this block. Four, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1, 5, 9. 1 and 3 is 4, 8. 1 and 2 is 3. 3 and 4 is 7. 7 and 4 is 11. 1 and 1 is 2. 1 and 5 is 6. What I did is I counted by 4s. 4 plus 8. 4 plus 8 is 12. Plus 4 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. But I didn't do that here. What happened is it comes from over here. And this comes from adding up 4, 7, 13, 22, 31, 44, 51. Hold on a second. Did I get that? 31, 53, 66, 73. Wow, did I make a mistake? I'm adding up the wrong one. 31, 53, 63, 64, 65, 66, 70. This I was adding up this one, but it was B, C, A, D, here, 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 here. You needed this one over here to get your last row in through 6. You have your 4 rows, you have your 36 numbers. 4 difference between every single one. When counting in 360, your difference, when counting in 360, hold on a second, let me show you this.
When counting in 360, it's 4 by 90 or it's 3 by 120. So if it's going to be 3 by 120, you might just use 3 numbers. So if you only use 3 numbers, you're going to be in the 120 group. If you're going to use 2 numbers, you're in the 180 group. Well, counting by 1 numbers, you're just in the group of what? In the group of the 180 group is half. I'm trying to see if I'm explaining that properly. But anyways, 3 and 4 separates everything. 3.5 is the separation of everything. So let me see. Come down here. So you understood that everything was counting by 4s, right? I don't know if I got into the end of that piece. So let me just show you again. The star system is 666, living on the star. We're 74, Muhammad, angel of time, 222, 222, 22. Each one is a different star. There are 3 stars using 3 parts. If I used all 4 parts, I don't need to make. There are no other combinations that create this. We know the surrounding of the total star out here. Sorry, this one was 36, 33, 30. Just to let you know, all down here, all angles are 33. There are 4 angles equaling to 132. The total of the star, maybe I should just remove the 11 over here and everything will be different. The center over here is number 22, taking away 11. The number over here is 22, taking away 11. 22, taking away 11. 22, all about ape. We're inserting this piece over here, this number 11. So it would all be 22. Then we would end up with 888. 22, 22, 22, 22, 88, plus using this in the center over here. So we have 222 times 3. 222 times 3 is 444. This one and this one, this one and this one, 444, 44. There's the one on this page, this one and this one, this one and this one, this one and this one, this one and this one. 444, 444, 444. If I count this one over here, 888. This one over here is 888. When you add up this row here, 222, this row over here, 222, this row over here, 222, and this row over here, 222. 888. So the complete star is 888, but you end up with 4 different stars of 666. When you go in one direction of 888 or in 2 directions of 88, down this way, 222, up this way, 222, and this way. Now, if I go up the other way, right, and bring 2 star systems together, I have 1776 in those 2 star systems. When I run this one, the corner angle here, end result is 45. And every single other one, it's 35. The center of this cube is 3.5. The faces are 45. When you add up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it equals to 45. I take away 110. I'm either not using 2 and 8, 35. Don't use 4 and 6, 35. Don't use 7 and 3, 35. Don't use 1 and 9, 35. So I'm always using all my 10. So I'm using 30, my creation, instead of my 40 and 5 creation, with or without that E world. Where else am I? So we maybe understand all this. So now so we did this complete star understanding our 33s. I know the numbers are all over the place. I didn't give them to you, all of them all together and give you the whole kit and caboodle telling you every single story. I don't know all the stories. I'm putting them together. I put them together already. I see them as we go. I explain them as best as possible. I know I'm going too quick. Hopefully one day we can just all meet somewhere, somewhere where it's warm, where we can work all year long, all together and hook up a system that we can all communicate and categorize everything, because we need a big categorization of everything. We need to put this together so that the whole world can see that we can find the truth through words and math, bringing together 2 worlds, right? Pyrite, yes, pyrite. Removal of sin, right? Write that in capitals, and it's 512 is the way I always looked at it. Okay, I'm going to have to put that together. I just, again, back in Genesis, when I see that, I see the male and the female between GE male and NE female, and then GE is taken over by when the woman is old enough to bear children. Remember the word bear, right? It's just 2 letters, B and R. Arise, arise. Take away the RI, bringing it together, the AR together, A and I bringing together, one with 9, 2 different worlds. The moons of Venus and Mercury, for however of you, I'm happy you brought that up. M and V, the 13th and 22nd letter, right? 13 and 22. Somehow they come together. 7 times 6, 42. 7 plus 6, 13. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's both Mercury and Venus for the first letter. Mercury and Venus come together to be 180, 181. 181, and that is when you add up. No, there is no adding up, but this is 181. It's the high heavens because of the mathematics. 98, which comes from 18, which comes from 99. 9 times 9, 9 plus 9 will equal 81, 18. And it's one of the rare numbers that brings itself back to itself, but so does 88. Actually, they bring themselves back to each other. Multiplication. If we do 77 and 77, it's 49 and 14 equals to 63, right? This one equals to 9. This equals to 8. This equals to 9. 66 will equal to 3 is 48 and 12, equaling to 60, right? But if you minus the 48, it equals to 36. And then this one on the reverse side becomes 9, but on this side it becomes, on this side it becomes 6, right? Like this on its reverse side becomes 8, and this one on its reverse side becomes 3, and this one on its reverse side, it's going to be 9. And then we're going to go to 55, which is 25 and 10 equals to what is 25 and 10 equals to 37 minus 25 equals to 15. So on its plus side, it's 1. On its minus side, it's 6. Then we have 44, division of day and night, which is 16 and 8 equals to 24, and also equals to 6. Is that, oh, this is the low side, sorry. And this 16 minus 8 equals to 8 is 8. And then 33 equals to 6 and 9 equals to 15. And then this one equals to 6. And 6 minus 9 equals to 3. And then 22 equals to 44 equals to 8. And equals to 0. Wow, this is bronze. And 11 equals to 2 and 1 equals to 3. 2 minus 1 equals to 1. So this is what's happening. So our equation over here, if we wanted to create an equation, the equation would be 3, 8, 6, 6, 6. Did I get that right? 3, 8, 6, 6, 1. Six, 1, 6, 9, 8, 9.
I don't know what it means. But anyways, this is just the answer to what it is. So 9 and 8, right? It's just like 1 and 2. 3 and 8 come together. 9 and 8 come together. I'm going to have to look this over and see what it's actually. This is telling me about the divided gate over here. This is telling me about rotation. This is telling me about the heavens and birth. This one, 88, is telling me about monkey. This one is telling me about the basic creation. But you can see this is Venus over here. You can see 88 comes back into the value of 8, where 7 comes into the value of 9. Okay, where am I going to go? Let me keep on reading. I'm not sure if I really said much over there because I'm listening back to what I said. Oh, the oil gets into the motor and says, oh my God, look at them. They're working me. Oh, I'm getting dirty. Get rid of me. We have to save the motor. Why are we here? Is it just to save space? Why are we here to create? Is it because we just can? Okay. Now, I need to understand this part because apparently in our water today, our water is supposed to be H2O, and apparently it's HDO, I think it is. And there's always an exchange between the D and the T. A lot of times, even when you're speaking, you're going to say, I'm going to send a letter. Now, how do you spell letter? You spell it Ledder or ladder? Is it LATT or DD? The ironic thing about the T and the D and also the sun is that 5 times 4 equals to the 20. The 4 is that D. And what happens is the TH, when you talk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I don't talk like that. First, second, third. The minute I get the fourth, there's a continuation. 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 18th, 19th, 20th. So before that, it's second, third. See where my tongue came back in? First. It's first. You're not sticking your tongue out. TH, TH, teach, teach, TH, time heaven. So, and win, place, show, first, second, and third. So win with a W5, place with a P7, 5 and 7 come first, and show is with an S19. Okay, so I'm going to look over it, but I can't go through all of them. I'm a little backed up. I'm going to have to look it over for myself after. No one bows down to jokers and can't even understand. Well, you know what? A joker, somebody that fools around. So joker is number 59 to think about that. And in between joker and 59, you have 48, which is Jupiter, fits on there. And on the other side, you have 51, which is Mars. What I do is I do the shifting of numbers. I can put the numbers in between 5 and 9 and say 6, 7, and 8, which is the reflection, right? Look. 1, 5, and 9. So here we have 2, 3, and 4. Here we have 6, 7, and 8. When we reverse them, we end up with that, with 5 in the center. 8 and 2, 10, 7 and 3, 10, 6 and 4, 10. It becomes 30, 30. And then the 5 in the center. The same thing for this cube and this cube over here. The average of 2 cubes, or the average of every cube, is 3.5. When you play the game of craps, your average becomes 7. 7 out. 7 and 7 is 14. 1 and 4 is 5. M goes over here. M. 1, 4, 1. Also, you can use the word fed like federal, because those are the letters that are created. 4th, 5th, and 6th letter are created out of this. The support for 1 and 1. The support for 1 and 1. And you can get support for 1 and 1 just by creating this design. 57 backwards 75. And then you do it again. 1 second again. I think it was this way that I had to do it. I reverted this way, the 7 this way, then the 7 this way. And then you end up with 1 and 1. You see, 57, 75, I turned this around, but I didn't turn this around. So you get two different looks. One where it has this square look, one where it has the pointed look over here. And then you create 1 and 1. And that's your moon. Does that mean the moon has a valley gateway? And then since here you only see one half of the valley, I might have to put this the other way, creating an arrow in between over here. But if you want to look at it, it's over here on the floor, right over here. See the way it creates 33? Remember we said 33 is the way, 74 for Jesus. It's right here in 5775. 5G TV is the way.
Okay, so let me get back down to some of this. Paralysis through analysis. Paralysis slowing you down and stopping you. Blood. Our bodies drink blood. We don't drink blood. Our bodies do. Our bodies run on blood. It's passing blood all the time. Blood going here and blood going there. Oh my God, I'm hungry. You need to feed the blood. The blood needs to eat. Oh, need my liver. You need the whole thing. Genesis 1 is atom science. Jesus was an atomic science teacher too. That makes perfect sense. 181 is absolutely perfect. It just works out with my last example, 9 times 9, 9 plus 9. And I'm just trying to think, if I was a 480, a 491, I like that. If it was 8:11 at night, I'd have 491 minutes, which works out. One, two, three, ABC. I'm with you on that. Hi, Holy. Hi, Holy. I need to put a hat on. Tree, T and R. You can look at, if you want to look at that as 712, the way they're marking it out. Yeah, that was the cat at 12:36, 45 minutes ago. That was 45 minutes ago. Sorry it's taken me so long to get through looking at this. It wouldn't be fair if I didn't look through everything. And then now it's not really fair for letting you sit here and watch what I'm doing. Now the question is, when you have the minus sign, if I make it that small, I'm only using one area. I cannot create a positive in a negative, but I can create a positive in two negatives because of.
I mean, if I follow the rules, right? The builder's rule is here's a negative, and then here's a positive. Now, how can I get that here? The only way to do that is if I started this on this angle. This, I can create my negative. I would have to turn everything this way. Then through this, I can create my positive. But using the paper this way, without using the angle, using the paper this way. So using it this way, my positive has my house on this angle. Using it this way, these two are in two different worlds. I cannot do this and this. One becomes Earth and the other is Mars. You know, it's funny, the 13th and the 23rd letter, man and woman. The 2nd and the 7th letter. You know what the difference is here? Here they changed houses because it should end at 22. 23 is the new house. Okay. There's 9, right? 9 plus 13 is 22. Over here, right? B for boy, 2, 2nd letter. G for girl, 7th letter. So the 2 dot of the 7th void. Man and woman, the same thing. Masculine and feminine. So you got M and F. So this would become 6 and this would become 4. And they actually balance together because masculine and feminine is a state of being and it's not actually a gender. Right? Are you like you can ask, are you masculine or feminine? And if you declare a gender, right, it would be male or female. But you can actually write whatever you want, right? Because that's up to you. But if you're going into anything that other human beings have to know, you would write, you can write male gender, feminine, what's it called, right? I mean, you can do that. And the same thing for the male. You can go, well, I'm a masculine gender, but I am the feminine whatever, an actor in this world. Didn't ask for your preference or how you dress, right? And you could tell me. Neutron, nuke, transformers. So, okay, Muhammad is Muhammad. So you got, so here you got 4 and 3 coming together right at the beginning, 4, 3, 8. So you have 13, 34, 42, 43, 53, 60, 69, 70, 74, Muhammad. And inside here is Ham, referring to radio connecting to the heavens, and the pig, 977, the pig. It's a radio station. You also have to use that 977 on the pig, or 7, whichever way you want, as a radio station hertz, to understand a little bit deeper into that market. Right. Lion, 29 and 21.
right? I want to do that more and less thing. I want to do that like let's do number 33.
So yeah, I want to do. I don't know why I don't like this number, but this number is huge. You know, it goes with the horse. It goes with white. It goes with 7. It goes with 3. It goes with wolf or flow. It also creates 30 and 11 equaling to 41, the home, and 19 on the minus side. 19, man on the moon. Man on the moon, 5G 57, 5G TV. I forget what the equation was last night when I was going to sleep, why 19 was on the other side, but 2 times 28, 2 moons. 28 is 1 moon, 2 moons is 28 and 28. So I'm going to talk about the moons of Mars equaling to 56. So the wolf howls at 56. We have 3 times 20 minus 4. We have 3 times 19. So you can see these are on 2 ends of the extremity because this is the closer one in. So you're going to see this one in the mirror world when you work it this way. This should not be worked this way. This is the maximum you should get, and the minimum you should get. Hold on a second. This is level 2. I don't know if we can do, I think we can do 3 levels. We can do 3 by 21 equals to 63 minus 7. We cannot go any higher than that. That would be my G. Right? That means it comes from H. In order to do this, it means it comes from H. The reason for that, because if this was 64, it would be 4 by 16 equaling to 64. I'd be on the next level. So this is also 3 by 18 equaling to 54 plus 2. 3 by 17 equals to 51 plus 6. Oh, I'm trying to get to 56, sorry, plus 5. So now we can see that we have 2 angles here, both here and here, that are going to reach 56. Look at that, number 5 and 7. Again, something to do with the moon. Plus 5 minus 7, 12 in between. It actually works out perfect. Usually I don't do it this way. Usually I'll only work on the closest ones, or at the same time, I'll only work on the perfect ones. 2 by 28 equals 56. 1 by 28 equals 1 by 28, I've been here a little too long. I'm getting tired. 1 by 56 equals 56. 3, 4, 5. There are no more. Are there any more that fit inside of this? 28? No. So we're going to go 3 times 19 equals 57 minus 1. 3 times 18 equals 54 plus 2. 4 times 14 equals 56. So I don't have to do anything, any other numbers. 5 times 11 equals to 55 plus 1. 5 times 12 equals to 60 minus 4. I can't go up past that because my numbers are 1 through 5 maximum. So right away, I'll know where I'm sitting, right? Because if I go up one more number from this, from the 56 to 57, I'm in the next category. Then I'm going to go 6 times 9 equals 54 plus 2. 6 by 10 equaling to 60, but I can't use the 10 because it's on the other side, minus 4. Right? So I usually do not go to, sorry. 6 times 10 is 60 minus 4. Right. So now, okay. And we also have to note that these will get reduced, all these numbers. This is going to be 1. This is going to be 1. This is going to be 9. This is going to be 5, 2, 3, 9, 1. And when 9, anyways, so now we're going to go 7 times 8 equals 56. So you know right away our closest number is at the gateway to run the cycle of the 2 moons. And then we're not going to use anything else. We're not going to use, we're going to go 9 times 6. I think I got that already, equals to 54. So basically, that's what we want to do. We want to understand our numbers. So if we were working with number 33, the first thing we'd know is 16 and 17 are next to each other, giving us 165. 16.5 separation in 33, which will give us 16, 1, and 16 in order to equal to that 33, or 717. And what's funny about this is if it was 7 hours, 17 minutes, right? It would equal to, no, anyways, I'm not going to get into that part. If I did the minus, it would be this. If we want to do the 33, what we're going to do is 1 by 33, 2 by 16 equals 32 plus 1, 3 by 11 equals 33. Absolutely perfect. Fits along with that, right? 4 by 8 equals 32 plus 1. 5 by 7 equals 35 minus 2. I'm trying to work for the closest. And then 6 by 6 equals to 36 minus 3, or 6 by 5 equals to 30 plus 3. And what's ironic about that, 30, 36, to get the 33 is it's right over here in our star system. 147 is 12, 369 is 18, create your 30. If you add up all these boxes in their area, you end up with 13, 7, and 10. 58, 5 and 8, 13, 7, and 10. Anyways, I think I'm spinning my wheels at this time, so I'm just going to look over the rest of the questions and see where I'm not. Welcome, Benjamin. How you doing? Two, 5, and 9 are aligned, and 2, 5, and 9. Check this out. 2 and 2 equals to 4. 2 times 2 equals to 4. 4 and 4 equals to 8. 2 and 5 equals to 10. 2 plus 5 equals to 7. 7 and 10 equals to 17. 1 plus 7 equals to 8. 2 and 8. 2 times 8, 2 plus 8 equals to 10. And 16 equals to 26. God. 2, 5, and 8 equals to 8. 5 and 8 equals to 13. 5 plus 8 equals to 13. 5 times 8 equals to 40. 40 and 13 equals to 53. 5 and 3 equals to 8. 5 and 5 equals to 25. 5 plus 5 equals to 10. 10 and 25 equals to 35 equals to 8. 8. 8 times 8, 64. 8 plus 8, 16. 16 and 64 equals to 80 equals to 8. So do you want to know how great that number is, sitting on the cross of 2, 5, and 8? The other number that crisscrosses this one, okay, is 2, 5, and 6, is the direct crisscross in between both of them, right? And that would be 4, 5, and 6. Also to note that 2, 5 equals to 7, 5, 8 equals to 13, and 8, 2 equals to 10. The thing about this, right, if you take a look back, and you take a look back, and you end up with, let me see, 13, 7, and 10. 13, 7, and 10. 1 and 3 is 4. 1 plus 0 is 1. 1, 4, 7. 2, 5, 8 into 1, 4, 7. When we run this one over here, okay, so let me, right. So we have this, we run this one over here, we have 9. We run this one over here, we have 11. We run these two, we have 10. 4 by 5, 4 times 4 is 16. 4 plus 4 is 8, and 16 is 24. 4 times 5 is 20. 4 plus 5 is 9, is 29. 4 times, did I do that? I did, hold on, let me see, 44. This is 45. We're going to do 55 is 25 and 10 equaling to 35. We didn't do 58 equals to, what am I second? I'm not with 8. I'm with 6. 4, 4, 4, 5, 5, 6 equals to 30, and 11 equals to 41. 6 and 4 equals to 24, and 10 equals to 34. Remember, this number is in the center, right? Did I get that? Yeah, on the opposite sides, right. When we do 6 and 6, it equals to 36, and 12 equaling to 48. Did I get 6 and 4? I got 6, 6. I got 4, 4. I got 5, 5. I got 6, 4, and 4, 5. So I got 6 once, twice, 3 times. I got 4 once, twice, 3 times. I got 5, 1, 2, 3 times. They were all 3 times. 6, 2, 8, 5, 7, 3. That's that equation. Did I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That's the equation that comes from this. So am I going to work first and last? No, I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm just going to try and understand it a little bit better. So it was 7 and 8 equals to that, equals to 15. This one equal to 2 and 9 equals to 11. This one equals to 7 and 1 equals to the same 8. This one equals to 3 and 2 equaling to the 5. This one here was 6 and 1 equaling to the 7. This one here was 9 and 3 equaling to the 3. I have to understand everything. I'm just trying to see H, K, O, E, G, L. Anyways, I'm just looking over things. I shouldn't maybe be doing this right now. Let me see. That's C through N is 3 and 14 is 12 areas. Right, Sudoku is a numbers game played in a cube. Someone's on the rug. Don't address. Oh, don't on. Memory is at a loss. We have to remember that also.
Hallelujah. Very good words there, John. Peace and love. If you go 4 steps forward and 4 steps back at the same time, where did you go? Well, you went 4 steps forward, you went 4 steps back, you went everywhere in between. Oh, I like that. Square dancing. That was very cool. You know, okay, I'm not going to, okay, so let me see. You see, the word dead, like you have to look at that a little bit different, right? First of all, how is it's a C and a line coming together, right? You can use that in a lot of instances, but it's 4, 5, 1, 4. 4, 5, Sun, 1, 4, NAD. So it's 4 and 4 with AE inside of it. So the Mars world is inside, showing that it is dead because it's inside the gateway of 44. A, B, C, D, that's your 1010 world. When you live inside the 1010 world, right? Living inside when 5 and 1, which what's entrapping the world, 1 and 5, you're living in between 4 and 4, the bookends. I'm gonna write this out and show you. So between D, E, A, D, right? D, E, after the death, right? Now, if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, my world is EAD, my world is DEA, but my total world is DEAD. When we're counting this, we're saying after the death, okay? And then we're saying before the Christ. So before the Christ is living before after the death. If we're living inside of here, we're living inside the world after the death and before the Christ. If it was the other way around, we'd be living before the Christ and after the death. After the death is on the outside. I know I put 2 and 3. These are my numbers, right? So when we put these all together, it's my EA world that we're living in right now because they go within both worlds, arts and entertainment, 5 and 1. Mars, there's a whole lot of other words. If I remember, I think the word puck is also number 51. 16, 37, 47, 48, and 351. And then we're going to have to bring on the hockey stick, which is number 62, which is also the Queen and Mars 103. They're controlling, the stick controls the puck, but the puck doesn't always listen to what the stick wants it to do. And the man controls the stick, and this would be JC for Jesus Christ. Also, Earth and this is 113. Sorry, this is 113. This would be BC. It's not JC, it's BC. It's BC. So BC controls. I kept thinking of the other thing. Perhaps that with the stick, you need man to come to the stick. So should we add or take off what that creation is, removing 10 or adding on 10? But anyways, just leave it at that. There's an 11 difference between the puck and the stick. Stick, control, puck.
two jokers, a red joker and a black joker, are they both the same jokers, or there's one joker for the red suit, one joker for the black suit? So what would a joker be? Does a joker count for a painted face? Does a joker try to make everybody happy? What do jokers try to do? Why two suits? Because we need polarities. I was talking about Jimmy Neutron yesterday. So the fallen angels. When I first started this project, what was entertaining for me, or what was included in this, was to understand our plumbing and our electricity. Plumbing and electricity, hydroelectric, and we have to understand the game of Monopoly brings that realm in. Passover. How do you calculate your number based on your birthday? You know, there's multitudes, unless Tammy's going to answer that question. Okay, my birthday is the 28th, August 8th. My birthday is August 28th. August is the 8th month, 28 days. Okay, let's go here. So that would be 8 for the month, 28 for the day, 828. Okay, so they look at it this way, right? Which can also be noticed to be 77 as well. If you want to flip it, right? It would be 740. Anyways, what they also do is they do it for the day you're born, the 7th day, the 8th month, etc. But we also have to understand that there's 12 months. So everything is based on 12 and 3. 1 and 2 equals to 3. So the 12 months, 1st to the 12th. So 1 all the way to 3. And in between, we see number 2 twice, right? When we count from 1 to 12, we'll see number 1 twice, number 2 twice. And when we see it on the flip side, because the minute we get to number 1 the second time, 1 keeps flipping everything over again. So 28, we have it flipped over, almost like a twist, perhaps, in that date. Today is the 2nd day of May. It is the 120. Yesterday I said was the 123rd day of the year, but it's a leap year. It was the 100 and sorry, I made a mistake in a couple of videos ago saying that May 1st was the 121st day of the year. I said it was the 123rd day of the year. Tomorrow, actually today is the 123rd day of the year. Right. And May 5th, the 5th is the 126th day of the year. So it includes the moon this year. What normally is 125, 5 times 5 times 5, 125 is usually May 5th for 3 years. In 1 year, it's 126 and it represents the moon. The moon is always interfering. The moon is always making the difference. The rib in capital letters, RIB, is 992, 292, the IT system, the sun systems, right? 1 is representing alpha, 2 represents beta. Alpha and beta systems, 2 different systems. So in atom, in the word atom, it's actually 1414, right? It's 14 and 41 in between, like a freedom of some sort, right? Or 44. Freedom, area, space divided up into 3. Is that possible? And the reason I say this is because, and again, when you say atom, like I said, the D and the T, they transfer. And when you get to 20, it's like getting to the second world, because you've had, you go 1, the first, sorry, T would be the 3rd section of 2.
11K would be the second section, but E is in the E family and K is in the A family. Yes, the race car. You know, you said something. There was a design I did when we do the two. Just give me a second. There's one piece of art, the 33, right?
Is also, I like to look at the railroad tracks on this, because in Monopoly, right, the railroad tracks pass this way. And at the same time, once you create this, like I said, with 9, and then you create this, right, you automatically have the R letter over here with the P letter over here. Once you go over here, you now can create two upside down R's from each other, but maybe it's R and P, the 16th and the 18th letter, right? And if we come as Q, we're coming into here. We go as G, we come over here. If we want to go as D or B, we work over here. If this piece of art has anything to do with anything at all. So now you brought up the J letter. So now, let me show you something about the J letter. I don't know if it has a relevance, but it shows its truth. Just 1 second. I'm trying to. Okay, I found it. I think I found it. Just 1 second. Oh no, sorry. It's here. I'm looking for a picture. Wow, I can't find the picture. That's really weird. I know I took the picture. Just give me a second. Please, please, please. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me see if I can lock the screen in. Now, let me see if you can see this. No, there's too much. Hold on. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it this way. Do you see the angle? Whoop. See that piece over here, the golden area? Look at the J. The J is showing me because of the angle, right? The picture being taken, I'm only seeing this part here. So it looks like the J, right? See all the J's in here because I don't see the other angle, right? So now what happens, I don't know why I'm looking. Okay, so I'm just looking for these cards. Jack's facing two different ways. So when I show you this picture, it's showing you different angles, which maybe the sun is coming in, telling me they're in two different worlds possibly, or on which side of the world. All these pieces of art are telling me different stories. See that piece over there where there's a whole area in the center? Could be talking about Earth, right? But the points might be talking about Mars.
See, we have to come into the 2, 4, 6, 8 area to do that one. This one looks like they all have masks on. See, this one's curling up backwards the way the bee would curl up. Holding one flower. The queens, every single one has 2 eyes. They all hold flowers in their hands. The king's holding a sword in its hand, right? See the point on the sword, or is it a square building he's holding up? So when you look at that square building or that sword, what was I looking at the other day? I think I went over like my whole 20-year piece of project, you know? Wow. Oh, yeah. Okay. There was something I didn't show. Okay. We're going to get back to that in a minute. Just give me a second. I'm looking through some pages over here. If you're from Ireland, are you Irish? Oh, yeah, right here. Here you have the point, no point. 1 number, 2 numbers. The center number, okay, center number is 8. Here, there's 2 8s. The difference between Mars and Earth, the hexagon and the octagon. The hexagon design, the diamond design, right, versus this design. This will create an X in it because it's going to have to cross over. So do we talk about the cross? The other thing I wanted to talk about, I mentioned it before, I'm just going to show it to you a different way, is this way. Here's all your 6 6s and 6s. And then your final 888 is right over here. Graph paper, very important. I watched, not The Last Temptation of Christ is what I want to watch next, but I watched the resurrection, not the resurrection of Christ or the crucifixion of Christ or something like that. And I saw something in there that I couldn't believe. I couldn't believe. The football, they were wearing these hats. Let me see if I can show you something. The resurrection of Christ. Or is it the crucifixion of Christ? I don't remember what Jesus Christ. What is the movie made with Christ? Resurrection? Anyways, from the movie, you can clearly see in the movie who was actually in control. And it was not the empire at all. It was not the empire at all. If you want to hide the truth of who you are, show yourself as poor little me. Poor little me. Poor little me. Poor little me. That's right. Poor little me. Poor little me. And I don't want to say it online what I think of who's causing this and who's created. Do you know that Abraham, Ishmael, and let me look this up. 2 sons of Abraham. Okay, I should watch that, right? But Abraham and Ishmael, and what's the other one's name? Oh my God, I don't remember. Okay, it's Isaac and Ishmael. Do you notice that they both are IS, which is 1 and 5, and again related to Mars? We know that Islam and Israel both are 1, 5. So it's almost like the story created 2 brothers against each other. One is where is the middle of the east? Where, hold on a second, I have gauze on a strip. And then I have this pointed area. Oh, yes. I don't want to say the word. I'm not allowed to say real Israel. Am I allowed to say that word? Am I allowed to say the word? Am I allowed to say Islam? I mean, there were two brothers fighting each other. Set up on purpose in the books. It possibly never happened, but it happened in the books. The story was told for us to understand possibly in the future that one father set both sides up so that it can always control the narrative. And now it became, poor little me. Look what my brother's doing to me. And we come to the time right now, and that's exactly what's happening. It's been a setup for the last, whatever, 5,000 or 6,000 years in which the Lord gave the brothers a battle, and who can win over the people of this planet, the rest of the children. Anyways, that's the I and the I and the S coming together, the 9 and the 19th. Remember, separation. It's houses of 10. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, or houses of 9 connecting 10. I can see that. When you're conversion, you know, that's funny that you said that, because our conversion could be coming from, right? The conversion could be the conversion, right? The conversion of things. And then we have weights and measures, the metric system, right? Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall. Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. Why did Humpty Dumpty fall in the first place? Because none of the soldiers were watching. Soldiers, when you solder something, you weld it together. The soldiers are supposed to be protecting him at all times. Even if he fell off the wall, Humpty Dumpty would never, fall. He can fall off the wall, but he can never hit the ground. He'd have to be protected. Thank you very much. I forgot about that. Yes, the Joker can be any other card. Right. The Joker can be any other card. So the Joker value is 13 plus itself, equaling to the 14th card. There are two 14th cards. There are two of them. And also the deuces. Right. Then they do that for the deuces, but they do the two of spades. They do it 4 times. Everything is 2. Pick up 2 cards, and what in crazy eights, pick up 2 for the 2s, and then pick up 4 for the two of spades. That's good. The Joker, yes. And it's funny that you're saying that, because in the resurrection of Jesus and at the end, right, there was a big explosion, right? The mountains trembled, everything cracked, things split apart. So what you're telling me is like actually making sense to me through movies that I saw in time, through certain words. It actually works, because everybody just stopped, and they just had to take the lives of the 2 thieves that were on the side, right? Where the bird came in and pecked his head, and then they broke two of them. They broke their knees, and Jesus was stabbed in the side, right? The knees and the side. The Q stands for the queen. It's also a dame. Dame in French, or in French, they say the queen is dame, D-A-M-E. It also can say A-M-E, which means our soul. And starting it with a D, it's the soul, the mirrored soul, born into this world, born into these bodies of these worlds. Hallelujah. Thank you, O Lord. We shall know the truth. We shall come together. And the only way to find out is by studying, sticking together, knowing that there is a God, knowing that whatever books you read, right, become irrelevant and relevant at the same time, because thou shalt not hurt another for any reason other than what will come about if such and such happens. Oh, very good. I like that. But it's the connection. It's the connection. The male brings in the electronic fish. That's where that's controlled by the moon, that the woman cycles run by, and that's maybe possibly why they call it man on the moon, and why the male and the female will create the 5G TV and the numeric value for birth, bat mitzvah, and bar mitzvah. But in that, the male disappears into the sun after. After the age of 13, the male disappears into the sun. So it gives it its eternal, the female sits in the eternal electronic of the moon, bringing that birth, connecting for the child. If you don't follow what I say, just ask, I'll explain it again. Because 12 and 13, mathematically, 1 times 2, 1 plus 2, will equal 3 and 2, 5 BC. 13, 1 times 3, 1 plus 3 will be 3 and 4 DC. Deuterium, DC, CD, okay, will create 7. 5 and 7 are on each side of the numeric value that create the moon 5G TV. Their number 12, they create what is time. The hour in French is number 57. I'm not sure if that's going to be relevant to this fact. Let me see. Now, I'm not sure which way you're going with this, Benjamin, but the artifacts and everything that was left to us by the creator is here. The alphabet, a deck of cards, a calculator, or how about just this? Q and Z, 88, 43, DC. They destroyed the water, right? Or how about inside the Star of David? But it's not only the Star of David, but the Star of David is connecting outside and inside the house. Let me see. Do I have that piece of artwork outside and inside the house? In between each circle, right? Let me see if I got this right. Yeah. Here, in between the circle, in between the circle, in between the circle, inside the circle. Splitting the circles, I'm going to call it Mars. And inside the circles, I'm going to say Earth. But irrelevant to the fact, that's what this is doing. It's inside and outside the circles coming together at the 7th gate, inside the Taurus. Aries, Taurus coming together, 1 and 2 coming together. Tina, the dinosaur. What do you do about a chicken coming inside? Or how about the egg that's inside the chicken that's coming out? Well, we are feminine and masculine even after birth. Those traits, how can we serve those traits? Now, traits or eights and traits, or T and rates. Just trying to think. The devil is to live, we come on, and we have free will. Born without that element inside us to know the difference unless we learn it. You know, they put the sword, one shoulder, the other. Umbilical cord. Hold off the rain. Let me see what this says here. I think I'm going to be done just about now. Raphael 7286 and the constellation of Pegasus. I'm going to leave this up for 2 minutes. Just hold on. Right. Yeah, we're going to end the video now. Does anybody want to talk? Does anybody want to ask me or say something? I think we all can figure out by now with the little bit that I have done and others who have contributed. And this is just very interesting, the protons, the neutrons, right back to the beginning. And I'm toast. It's been 3 hours. I want to thank you for watching this video. Can I leave it up? How can I end it without ending it? I don't want to make 7 people disappear. I don't like that. Okay, so I don't have a Discord. I could use Discord. I've never used it. Chords, yeah, there's a lot of chords. I've had one set up, but you know what? I get a little bit mixed up between all this stuff. And so I don't do it, but I do have a Discord channel. I think it's Mr. TechPan 7286. Anybody out there like to help out the channel? That'd be just fantastic. And peace and love to everybody. For those who want to see the everything to do with dots and dashes. We're all connected. It's a colorful world. Everybody enjoy. Thank you, Mr. Messer, for showing up. Be well, be strong in Detroit, Arizona, Mexico, Kansas, Missouri, Oklahoma. We are here. The House of Mecco is dictating. It's peace and love. And there's one thing I wanted to just see if I can do. I did it to somebody. I was like, how do you do like this, right? You hold your hand and you do that, right? And you hold your hand, you do that. And you hold your hand, you do that, right? You hold your hand, you do that. 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 And then you do that. It's like that, that, and that. Anyways, okay. Don't be afraid. We're only here for a good time, a short time. You're welcome. We're here for a short time and a good time. Let's not interfere. But we also have to understand that you cannot tell somebody something that you don't know because of your belief. And you only can believe if you can believe without understanding. Then how do you believe something? You just feel that way. Well, a feeling is not the truth all the time. And until the Holy Spirit can come with inside of you, you are not here. Is it the body that can withhold that Holy Spirit? Because up until the 91st day, 91 equaling to spirit, 13 by 7 is 91. On April 1st, they call it Fish Day. And only when the fish can connect in the 3rd month do you have any chance of connecting your story to the heavens. Not in numbers, you don't. Thank you for watching this video.